Foad Izadi, Associate Professor, University of Tehran, joins us on the broadcast as well. Good morning, Professor. Over to you. Give us a real-time update on what you're seeing. Has there been any sort of a de-escalation, any reduction in explosions, anything that you can tell us is indicative of what the situation looks like this morning?
No de-escalation. The Israelis and Americans are attacking Iranian cities on hourly basis. Last night, they killed some of your colleagues. They attacked television stations in Tehran. A couple of days ago, they attacked a school. We lost 160 girls, primary school girls. We are dealing with the Epstein class, people who rape little girls in America and bomb and kill little girls in Iran. This is a very sad situation. They attacked us in June in the middle of negotiations. They attacked us again in the middle of negotiations. Unfortunately, they are on a rampage. They want to change Iran's government. I think you saw the interview of the Omani foreign minister. He went to Washington. He had an interview with CBS News saying that an agreement was very close in 24 hours. And Trump attacked Iran less than 24 hours after that interview.
Right.
He said that he was giving concessions that Iran was not able to give before. So we have a very sad situation. These are warmongers, and hopefully they stop this type of attacks on independent countries.
Dr. Izadi, I'm glad that you highlighted that civilian targets in Iran have also borne the brunt of this, because the popular perception that's currently being established is that Iran has been attacking civilian targets as far as the US allies in the Middle East are concerned, but you highlighted that the school was also targeted. I want to quickly bring you in on the aspect in terms of, is there any scope of negotiation left now, given that it's not the first time we are seeing conflict happen, that too at the time when peace talks were on. This time around they were on in Geneva. Last time around in June also, when that first set of strikes took place, you were in the middle of negotiations. Is there any scope left for negotiations? The second question I also would want you to weigh in on, is Iran in a position of strength to retaliate against all of these US allies in the Middle East? Many critics are highlighting how this could very well backfire for your country.
Iran is attacking US bases. Unfortunately, these US bases are located in these countries. And Iran is attacking the US and Israeli assets. For example, they evacuated American soldiers from the US base. They put these soldiers into a hotel, and Iran attacked that hotel, which is legitimate military target when you emptied the hotel and fill it with US soldiers. Iran attacked CIA headquarters in a number of these countries. They're not located in military bases. They're offices within the city. Legitimate targets. We have CIA working with the US military, killing civilians on daily basis as we speak. So the attack, and this is what Iranian foreign minister he has called the foreign ministers of these countries, assuring them that Iran wants to have good relations with these countries. But what Iran has learned is that unless there is a price for attacking Iran, then these type of attacks continue. They killed Iran's leader a couple of days ago. Iran will be electing a new leader. They will kill the new leader if attacking Iran is cost-free. And we cannot run a country like that being attacked by nuclear regimes every few months. As you said, Iran was in the middle of negotiations last time in June. Trump attacked. They called it Operation Midnight Hammer. Trump took that hammer, smashed the negotiation table. Iran was generous enough to provide Trump with another negotiation table. He smashed the second one. They're using negotiations as deception operations, wanting to think the Iranian side is negotiating, and then they attack. They want to change Iran's government. And this is not an Iranian professor's analysis. This is what Trump said on the first day of attacks. He's asking Iranians to go and take over government buildings, and he's attacking police stations and hospitals.
So, Dr. Izadi, you're saying the primary objective here was regime change. That said, Donald Trump, statement after statement, has come out to say that at the end of the day, when the firing stops, when the conflict is over, all this is going to benefit Iranians. So what's the common perception, the sentiment on ground when Donald Trump says, look, not too long ago, there was a heavy crackdown on demonstrators across the country, and eventually Iranians are going to be able to decide who runs the government?
They call that color revolution. They had a coup d'etat in Iran in 1953, which was successful. They tried to do this in January again with Mossad agents. This is not an Iranian professor analysis. This is Mike Pompeo, the former head of CIA, the former Secretary of State, sending New Year greetings. His tweet is still available. He hasn't taken it down. He sent New Year greetings to Mossad agents on Iranian streets. This is his wordings, not mine. They want to change Iran's government. They think that they can use Iranians to achieve that goal. Iranian IQ is no less than average IQ internationally. People know who Trump is. People know who Netanyahu is. They know these are genocidal people. And they're not going to be foot soldiers for genocidal people. They know they have no respect for human rights. They killed over 70,000 women and children in Gaza just a few months ago. So it's a pipe dream if they think that they can change Iran's government in this manner.
Dr. Izadi, questions are now being raised in terms of for how long will this new transition government be able to operate, given that there's a conflict which is already brewing out in terms of even the US allies now seem to be joining in as far as the overall conflict is concerned. More importantly, for how long will Iran be able to use the Strait of Hormuz as a choke point, given that Iran's own supplies go through this entire choke point? Are you in a position to, in fact, hold on to the Strait of Hormuz for how long is the question?
You know, Iran did not want to have this war. Iran wanted to reach an agreement. This is the statement from the Omani foreign minister that was facilitating new negotiations. Now that the U.S. decided to attack Iran, then the Strait of Hormuz has become a war zone. You know, the school in city of Minab, you can Google this, the Strait of Hormuz is just a few kilometers from that city, the city that lost 165 schoolgirls a few days ago. And I hope you show some of those pictures of parents of the schoolgirls, people who have lost children. In a war zone, the missiles fly. It would not be advisable for ships to go through a war zone. And the hope that Iran has is that the US and Israel stop their attacks. They're attacking Tehran every few hours.
Dr. Izadi, I'm afraid we'll have to leave it at that because I'm running short of time. But please stay safe. We are praying for peace to prevail back in Iran. Our hearts, in fact, go out to all of those casualties that have been taking place. But I'm afraid we'll have to leave it at that as it's a quick wrap from my end.